Good evening and welcome to the Just Be Different broadcast. My name is Janae and I'm so excited and delighted to be invited into your time tonight to discuss relevant and pertinent issues with you, the viewing audience. Please know that the goal and the purpose of the Just Be Different movement is to empower people from all walks of life to be different in every aspect of their lives. Please visit our website at wansleyj.wix.com/just be different or like us on our Facebook page at the Just Be Different movement. My social media handles, as well as a link to the movement page on Facebook and the official website, will be provided for you in the description below. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for pressing play and tuning in. I hope that it isn't your last time joining us. And if you are an avid watcher of the broadcast, please know that I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Every like, every comment, every share is greatly appreciated. I mean, greatly appreciated. So tonight on the Just Be Different broadcast, we are debuting our newest segment entitled Family First. Family First. And I'm so excited because I get to share a more intimate side of myself with you guys. This is something that I really had trouble talking about for a while, but I'm ready now, and I'm going to just begin to share my journey of single motherhood with you guys. For those of you who are watching for the first time and do not know, I have an amazing 2-year-old daughter named Destiny, and the cutest thing. I mean, she's in her terrible 2 stage, so y'all already know how that goes. But overall, she's smart, she's energetic, she's funny, she's loving. I adore her. I love her so much, to the moon and beyond. I mean, I will go to war for her. I mean, don't play with my kid, okay? No, don't play with her. But I have a 2-year-old named Destiny, and she's awesome. She's amazing. But the journey in parenting her um and all that good stuff has just been really, really difficult. Um, and then I'm a single mom. Um, Before I continue, please let me say that her dad is very much so in her life. Um, I say that I'm a single mom not because he's not there, but I say it because I'm not married. And her dad and I do live in 2 different places. We are not um, in a dating relationship or anything like that. We're co-parenting, and so that journey within itself was a lot. But I thank God that things are way better than they were. But yeah, that's why I say that I'm a single parent, because I'm not married and I am single. I'm not dating anyone. She's not used to another male figure in her life. But she does know her dad and knows him well. So I just want to say that before y'all start to be like, oh Lord, she about to sit here and bash father of us. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But I do want to share with you because it's, I can't say an epidemic, but it's happening. Um, the older folks would say you got children having children, but in reality, these teenagers are having kids. I'm in my early 20s. Next year I'll be 25, so I'll be hitting my mid 20 mark. Um, it's so much going on. Between the ages of 14 and 26, you have so many of us who are moms and dads. Um, but I can only relate to the single mother aspect since I'm not a single father. But please let me say, shout out to all the single fathers out there, because listen, everybody just likes to say, oh, I want to give a shout out to all the hardworking single moms out there. There are some single dads out there that is doing the thing. I mean, just doing it. And so I appreciate you guys too, because it's not easy. Whether you're a single mom or a single dad, whatever made you a single mom or a single dad, just know that you can do it. Like, It was a point in my life where I felt like I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'll explain to you why. But trust me, it may not be easy, but it's not impossible. Okay? So to all my single dads out there who are watching tonight, please know that I applaud and appreciate you, because it's not just the ladies doing their thing out here when it comes to raising kids. You got a whole lot of single dads out there. And it may not be, and everybody likes to chalk it up, oh, the mother, the mother, the mother. Fathers are important because there's certain things as single moms that we cannot teach our sons and our daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can teach my daughter, the basics, the fundamentals, how to be respectful, how to do a lot of things, and I had, and it's my job to teach her about, being a woman and being a lady and being classy and graceful and et cetera, like that. The things that go with being a woman, I gotta teach her that too. But when it comes to, like, I'm trying to put it in. When it comes to like having to deal with like men and things like that, what she should look for in a man, things like that, I can tell her. The first person she's gonna point to is her dad. Like, there's just certain things about a man and his daughter and a man and his son that's their own bond. Like, and us as females, we cannot take that, like, we can't take that away. Because let's say if, just as a scenario, let's say if my daughter did not know her dad, then she would begin to search for love from men. And that can turn into prostitution. That could turn into sexual trafficking. That could turn into so many different things. So when they don't have that bond, they long for that bond. Because let's say if you didn't tell them, they find out in school that, yeah, you have a mother and you have a father. They're soon to find out if they don't know. Thank God, like I said, my daughter knows. But you have people who are so vindictive against the father of their child, things, whatever, that they don't. And I mean, for whatever reasons it may be. For whatever reasons it may be. They're so vindictive in this, so they, try to make it seem like all they have is a mother. Or, if you're a single father and you're vindictive towards the mother of your child, you try to make it seem like all they have is the father. But at the end of the day, it took two to make the child. So they need the both of you. They need the both of you. And you don't have to be together. You don't have to be in each other's faces. And y'all don't have to get married. But as long as y'all come to the agreement that the child is what's important, and y'all try y'all best to make sure that y'all have a cordial, upstanding relationship in front of your child, that's what matters, And I mean, I see it now, because before I didn't have that relationship with my daughter's father to where I could be like cordial and things like that. It was World War III. For real. It was bad. It was bad. But I also had to understand my daughter is going to get, my daughter is growing older. She's going to understand one day, and she's going to see, and she's going to repeat, and she's going to feel a way about a lot of things. So I'm glad that now, while she's 2 and she's still like, I mean, she knows, but she's still like, I don't have to worry about her coming back to me saying, oh, you and daddy keep fighting, da, 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 and then she thinks it's her fault or whatever the case may be. I'm just glad that I don't have to, or that not necessarily say that I don't have to, but I'm glad that the relationship between me and her dad is stable enough to where she can feel comfortable and not have to feel like something bad is happening because right? Right. Because I mean, these kids, when I tell you they know and they remember, you have to be very careful what you say around them. You have to be careful about what you say about the other parent around them, because they will go, when they're old enough, they will go, oh, mommy said, oh, daddy said. Gotta be really, really careful. So, all that being said, I'm going to give you an overview. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, I'll just give you a quick overview of, how single, and not just how single motherhood, how the journey has been, but how it saved my life. Because let me explain something to y'all. Um, Heartbreak is hard to go through, especially like when you really love someone and they break your heart. Y'all cannot sit here and play like it's just, oh well, I'll get over it. No, there are times when you cry. There's times when you get upset. There's times when you really, really feel like, like, what have I done wrong? I'm sorry, y'all. I know I did this in last night's episode. My lips, it's getting colder. So I don't know if that's why my lips keep feeling so dry, but I already put Vaseline. I already put Vaseline. I don't know why. Y'all forgive me. But yeah. Heartbreak is hard to go through, and you can't. We're human. We hurt. We feel joy and we also feel pain. And so um, I will say that my daughter saved my life, and I'm very grateful. And I'll talk about how. I'm gonna just give you an overview of my journey as of as of now, um, in single parenthood. Um, my daughter was born on in April, because I don't want to give you her old birthday, but she was born in April 2013. Um, at the time, I was in school. It was 3 weeks before finals. She was born 3 weeks before finals. It was a stressful time because I was in school. I had me a little job at the school and things like that, but I wasn't making any, oh, you're about to bring a baby into the world money. You need to. I wasn't uh I wasn't that established to say, oh well, I'm ready to have a child. But because of, what I believe in, I personally, whatever your choice is, I don't judge. But I personally don't believe in abortion. So, I was grown enough to lay down and do what I did. So now, yes, I'm going to take care of this child in the best way that I know how. And so, when she was born in April 2013, her and me, because I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied lately. Her dad and I were together for 2 years at that point. And, the both of us, or so I um, thought the world of each other. And, so when I found out that I was pregnant, he was on board and everything like that. He never told me to get an abortion, or he was never hostile or rude to me. But you know, I found out that while I was pregnant, he was cheating on me. And so that really broke my heart. But because I loved him so much, I felt like, okay, I could make it work. So April, we had Destiny, and I mean, from, because like I said, she's very funny, energetic, silly, all that. But she was born with an attitude. Let me tell you. She was born with an attitude. You know, I had her, and, she wasn't crying, so they tickled her foot. And she started crying and things like that. And I was like, oh my God, like, she's here, And they gave her to me, and they put her on me. They, cleaning her up while they put her on me. And I'm just like, I have a daughter. Like, see, I'm about to cry right now. Like, it was such a life-changing moment for me. Like, oh man, it was such a life-changing moment. Like, this is mine. Like, I just sat here and pushed out a baby. But, besides that, I just like, well, God has granted me to take care of another life. I couldn't believe it. And so I'm like, hi, like, and her eyes were closed, and so of course she couldn't see me, but she's crying. I'm like, oh, don't cry. Welcome to the world, Nuna. Da 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 da. I'm just, and I'm just like, oh my god, and I'm crying like I'm about to like sit here and boohoo. Now I'm really trying to stop myself from crying. It's like, oh my god, like as I was in awe, I was in shock. I was like, wow, like I am in awe, like I am in awe. God could do something like that. I was just in awe, like thank you, Lord, for just entrusting me. Thank you for, and she was beautiful. Oh my god, she was glowing. Like after they clean her up and things, it was like, like how a light shines down from heaven, like and like the angels start singing and stuff. Like she was glowing. I mean, beaming. And so, I'm talking to her. I'm like, hi, baby. Welcome to the world. Mommy loves you. I'm just kissing her, all that good stuff. And I'm like, hi, hi, like tickling her. She opens her eyes. She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. I will leave you alone, nurse. I don't think she wants to be bothered right now. This little girl opened her eyes and side-eyed me like, eh. Like, Mom, leave me alone already. You're not even 5 minutes old and you have an attitude. Crazy, And so we were all laughing and we were just reveling in the joy of, we just experienced the gift of life. And I didn't know what to say, what to do. I was just so happy, so excited. But at the same time, I started crying because I realized, Janae, you don't have, like, she had, now mind you, she had things. I mean, I had bought her some, bought her things. Her dad had bought her things. People blessed us. We didn't have a baby shower before she got here. So, my family really, like, pitched in and did a lot for me, and so, but I began to cry because it's like, yeah, I have this job and yeah, I have a little money, but I can't give her everything that I want to give her. And that's what broke my heart. And not only did that break my heart, but what also broke my heart was the fact that, wow, one day we're going to part ways. And when I say part ways, I don't mean like, oh, she's going to grow up and she's going to be on her own. Because, yeah, I get that. But part ways, like one day she's gonna die. One day I'm gonna die, and we're not gonna have forever together. One of us is gonna have to go, which will probably be me first. But she was born in this cruel world to go to school for the most of her life, to get a decent job, to work for 40 years, retire and enjoy a few years of retirement and die. Like, once that hit me, I was like, oh my God, that sucks. And that really hurt me, like, because I want the best for my child. I mean, if I could give her the world, I would give her the world, no matter what it cost me. I would give her the world. But I sat and I realized that I can't. And that hurt me. And thus started the postpartum depression. I mean, the first few days, I was just, trying to keep, my excitement, that my daughter was here, and, her dad and her just from jump had this special bond. She barely wanted me to hold her. She always stayed with daddy, 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 daddy. And I was like, oh, hold on, wait. She don't like me or something? Like, why she always going with her father? But, then, it was that. And I mean, I said that to be playing. I would say that. Like, oh, she spent an awful lot of time with you. Every time I hold her, she want to cry. Like, what? So, then, I got sick in the hospital. Um, I had caught an infection and fever was high, blood pressure was high. Um, a worrisome time. Like, I almost lost my life. And, you know, when I came to, because I was out like for a while. When I came to, like, not out like sedated or anything, but I was sleeping a lot, and I was like, my body was, I guess, just trying to fight against the infection or whatever. And when I came to and the doctors told me everything that happened, all I could do was lift my hands and say, thank you, God, because I didn't want to experience the joy of giving birth and the joy of experiencing the gift of life just for my daughter to not have a mom. And so I felt like that was God's first, like, that was God's, I can't say second chance, because he's giving me chance upon chance upon chance. That was one of God's chances extended to me. And then, um, you know, God extended me another chance, but I'll talk to you about that in a few minutes. So I was just glad about that. We went home and we began to, parent. And it was me and her dad. We both, he came down to Maryland where I was, and we stayed. I finished the semester out and everything, and then came back to New York. And, this is what we did. Like, this is what we did. And we were cool, and we were cool, and we were cool. And then I say in September 2013, her dad and I broke up and things like that. And that really started like the downward spiral, because I was so depressed. I was so depressed. I'm like, I love this man. And he does this to me. And 3 weeks later, he's with a whole new girl. And he expects me to think that he wasn't cheating on me, but I knew the whole time. And it was like everything, all of the bricks were falling upon me at once. And I'm like, wow. Like, wow. And so I started to really question, like, am I good enough? Who am I? Like, I did everything imaginable. Like, even though I heard things that weren't that great about you, I didn't care about what they said, because see, what people say about a person that you interested in or whatever, they'll say that so that maybe either A, they can have them, or B, they don't want to see you happy, or C, they don't want to see the other party happy. So it's like, so it's like why are you walking like that? It's buttons. It's George. You wanna be on, come. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time watching our broadcast, say hi to Destiny. Say hi. Hi. What's your name? Different. Well, yes, this is Just Be Different, but what's your name? Destiny. This is Destiny, everybody. You was watching Curious George? And Curious George. And so, we're talking about when you were a little baby. It's food. You had food. Look, it's food. But yes, that started the downward spiral. And I really questioned my self-worth, who I was. And, I got so bad to the point where I was like, I can't, I had the whole, like, everything was planned out. Like, we raised our daughter together. We're together forever. We're, get married, have more kids later on down the line, just be happy, blah, blah, blah. But my dream came crashing down in front of my face. And I just couldn't believe it. I was in such denial. And so I did some, I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I was so depressed. And I'll never forget Christmas 2013, after I left my school, I was up here and I wasn't working. My dad got sick in October. My dad was sick for a period of time. In October 2013, he passed away. Yes. You want the phone? In October 2013, he passed away. That, like, and I'll get back to Christmas. That was like the blow of blows, because me and my dad were so close. And he was my number one supporter. Whether I was right or wrong, he always stood by me. Now, he'll tell me when I was wrong, and he'll tell me when he was hurt. He'll tell me when he was disappointed in me. And if he was well enough, he still would have probably punched me in my face or beat me upside the head, something like that. My dad was a firm believer in whoopings, and I got plenty. But when he passed away, it was like, oh my gosh, the guy that I loved left me. Now my dad left me.
Like, I can't. We'll be right back because my computer is glitching. We'll be right back.